British Road Services and carrying the Pickford's name on it. Just going across in front of the PA caravan is a 1956 Scamel. Another one in the Pickford colours, and 1073 coming up towards the PA caravan is a 9 Scamel with the with 6 wheels, 3 axles, 6 wheels. 1068 coming in now is a 1958 Scamel. So 1068, 1958 Scamel. Just proving that his headlights work as well. So another one of the Pickford ones here today was doing well with the Pickford one. Got 4 of them today. And 1107 is the Scamel 1966 Scamel Mountaineer. And this one owned by Mr. Rogerson of Hemsworth. And the Scamel Crusader now coming past me. And the Scamel Crusader in the army colours, and unfortunately doesn't seem to have the 1976 Volvo. This one brought here by Mr. Hammond of Lower Basildon. So the big Volvo there, 6-wheel unit, the Volvo F88. Is the 1971 bought by Mr. Gudgeon from Brookhouse, and a lot of the old buses, if you watch one or two of the older type programmes on television, you'll see that quite a lot of these vehicles used on those. The Bedford coach with the Jubal bodywork, well-known bodywork on coaches. 1029 is the 1970 AEC, brought in by Mr. Bedford from Bournemouth. There's option on there. There's Farmland in my book. 1125 is a 1950 Super Poise. And this one brought by Mr. Valance of Annesley. And 1130 Scamel Highwayman, 1962 vintage. Another one with the Gardner engine, this time the Gardner 150 engine in it. And again, another one with a generator on the back. So 1060 is a 1961 Scamel Highwayman, belonging to Mr. Fisher of Wyberton down near Boston. And once again, another one that has been converted for fairground use with the generator on the back. 1128 coming in now is the 1958 Dodge, owned by Mr. Wild of Matlock. And a really good example of how preservation work should be carried out. Absolutely in tip-top condition, as a lot of these vehicles are. But it is nice to see some of them when they're in the process of being renovated, so that you can see what is being done. 1056 is a Leyland Beaver, 1933 vintage from Mr. Denton of Waltham. And 1070 is the 1954 ERF belonging to Mr. Gascoigne of Southampton. And as I said earlier on, it's obviously a lot of work gone into restoring these vehicles and getting them back to their original state. As I say, it's just nice to see the vehicles when they're in the process of being renovated. It shows you the before and after. The 1959 Ford Thames belonging to Mr. Taylor and Mr. R. Parrish of Sleaford. And done out in Padley's colours, Padley's poultry packers down at Ruskington near Sleaford. 1091 is the 1920 Ford. Who's trying to confuse us there. We've got the AEC there with the Mammoth Major with the Ford Model T on top. The 1139 is the 1962 AEC belonging to Mr. Mellon of Bristol down near Boston. It actually says Bakewell, Derbyshire on it, but and a standard Ford on the back there in the process obviously of being renovated, and that's the sort of condition that people find these vehicles in and then do them up, and you'll see the tractors up in the other arena. Hinton breakdown truck. And belong to Mr. M. Bexton and Mr. Selby of Barrow-on-Soar. And the Atkinson now coming in, and it looks as if it's lost its model this morning, but normally it has a model. It's also carrying the 47 Leyland Beaver, owned by Mr. Clayton of Conisborough, and also carrying a Gardner generator engine on the back, or engine driving a generator anyway. 1119 is a 1976 Foden belonging to Mr. Thorpe of Dronfield. 61 Bedford Mobile Shop belonging to Mr. Simpson from Branston. So this one, anybody wants it, looks as if it's got a for sale sign in the front. 1033 is a 1938 Leyland Lynx, this time belonging to Mr. Bland of Muckbretton, complete with passengers on. 1030 is the next one, and that's a 1948 Bedford belonging to Mr. Burr from Hemsworth. It says Bedford, but it also says Scammell, so it possibly might have a Scammell engine in it. So and 1137 is a 1962 Bristol, British Road Services colour, belonging to Mr. Mackenzie of Outwood. 1966 Atkinson Showman's, which is a showman's living wagon, but that's no way a showman's living wagon unless he's sleeping under the tent on the back. 1081, he's got two tractors under the back apparently. It's a living van for the tractors, that one. 1081 is a 1951 Albion, Mr. Muxlow from Graysby.
Yeah, can you let us know if you covered out?
1280 is a 1968 AEC Mercury belonging to Mr. Rignall of Warboys down in Cambridgeshire, Huntingdonshire rather. And there's the AEC Mercury, that one. And got a 7 cubic yard tipping body on the back. 1055 is a 1948-59, it's a 1969 AEC Militant. So AEC Militant there, breakdown vehicle. And as you can see, it's with the 1101 is the 1972 Leyland. So 3 different type of vehicles there brought in by Mr. Richards. And 1002. 002 is the 1960.
have been in preservation longer than they were used during the working life. And that says something for the dedication to the people that look after these vehicles, whether it be steam or internal combustion. Owned by Nigel Griggs from Gromont in North Yorkshire. New to H. Woodham and Son Catford, as you can see on the canopy. Spent all his working life in the south of England before he moved to North Yorkshire with his present owner. You remember seeing in one paper, I can't remember what it was there, when Nigel there moved an Aidan and Porter on the North Yorkshire Rutland Road. Number 20. A 1924 roller, power. I could he's going past number 20 there, Morris Jackson from Saltburn. Bought in a semi-derelict condition and it's been restored to Sherman's fitting. Ground there now with the Power Agricultural for 201. I can keep going and going, but I won't find it to know that. They said they were going to put some sort of number on it. I saw him earlier. See there, cut down tyres on the back. Makes it a lot easier on the road. Don't start your teeth chattering. This one, a 1928 Wellington Stevens Overland. Again, look on the canopy, it was originally used by the Crawford Urban District Council. Number 64, the Ramsden Simmons and Jeffries, built in Ipswich. This one owned by Car Brothers. New to Ripon Contractors, and it worked there, most of its working life. The car owned by Mick Farmer from Worcester. Built in 1930, and on the canopy there is the Ena Urban District Council, where it was used during its working life. It was bought in 1979 by me. It was a kit of parts. I remember going across the sea when it was in its garage. All in pieces, the new boiler and everything, the firebox. Completely like an airfix kit. Thanks to the big Fowler road locomotive in the Pickford colours. Remember seeing this down at Norwich as well. Built by Peter Lidgett from Stockport. When it was down at Dorset once, the first time it was down there, it was done up in army colours. In khaki colours there, during the First World War. Built for the War Department. Now it's carries the name of the Lion, it was built in 1914. Now it carries the Pickford colours. Completely restored in 1997. Next we have Casey, number 59. Built by Stuart Hudson. This thing spent its working life in Tasmania, restored over the last few years. Built in 1907 by Marshall with James Whitten down the road. Since restoration, it's teapot. Number 52 is it? Yeah, it's teapot. Another Marshall. Built in 1894, owned by Phil Clement, Newark. And spent its life in the market racing area. I always think it's better to be called Tri-Colour, which is what teapot it is. 69, the Buster Proctor, 34 years, 71, the RNJ, number 96 there, Glen Gilpin, on there, Fowler Roller. flying engine stay over a little bit later, we can give you a demonstration of our winching display. And underneath the boiler there is the big drum. It's anything up to 1,000 yards of steel rope. One of the engines will be a one-sided field, one or the other on the headlamps. And the implement, whether it be a drag, plough, mould drainer, cultivator, would be drawn between the two engines, thereby turning the land over. Today you see the big 4x4 tractors racing up and down the field. Maybe quicker, but this is good. One wonders. 2-3 of Ministry of Marlborough, Wiltshire, next to Coles and Sleep. Later with Joshua Rogers. Then it came to the White Road Traction Company, about 1964 I think it was, and then bought from them by Jerry Rayner, who was one of the partners in that company. Been rallied all over Yorkshire since then. That company was founded in 1905 by Joseph. Oh, we've still got some more to come. Second run, we catch what we can. 741. This is a 1953 valve, no balance to lead. 1938 Rudge. Rudge founded by Dan Rogers in 1970 when he made 1870. 46 the Panther, 1962 Panther. 56 there. And north side north there. 735 going past the 1955 James. 687. 1960 Greaves. Land Rector again there, just gone past. Trying for the BSA. The Levis going past there now. For the BSA. For the Triumph. We'll catch this one, 696. It's the BSA, 1936 on Marcus Clark. Well, 12 planted there in 1918 Triumph, Dresden. And 786 just gone past. The Regal, 1941 Regal. 1000cc, whatever it was, just went past me. 700, the 1962 Velocet, 759. We've still got an older thing. 748, the AJS, 952 AJS, and 694, VS 811. That's the Ford Model A on by to B Bears. Now look, there's some more little old lights going past us now.
Mike here with his Ford 4000, which was supplied by Reginald Filsley's of Wolverhampton sometimes, and he is advertising the 47th World Ploughing Match, which will be held on our set. Brought over in the First World War to help food production in this country. And basically the design didn't alter from 1916 up until 1952. Roadless half-track conversion, two-roller at the bottom. On the full-track version they were three-roller and fitted of course with that Hesford winch on the front. Found at the Rotherham scrapyard many years ago. One out of six that had been bought into that scrapyard, bought out of a sale, MOD sale at Ruddington or a line. So that one survived. It was on its side with a track lock, but Eric and his boys put another engine in and there you have it today. I think he deserves a round of applause. Next we have Daniel Bartle with an early 1940s 41-42 vintage Fordson Model N in X-Farm condition. Somebody in their infinite wisdom at some time has painted it red. Obviously thought that it looked better in red than it did in green. And that is a wartime model, gone of the cast crowfoot brackets there to a pressed steel one, still with the wide wings, but already the cut in production costs of the Fordson tractor. Is it mine? This is how most Fordsons came out of the factory. On steel wheels front and back, road bands would be extra, at least £7.50 extra. And of course, a lot of farmers didn't bother with the road bands. They'd either risk it across the road or drive down the grass verge, or even up the road with the steel wheels. And there we have a Harvest Gold pre-war Fordson, made from 1937 to 1940. First of the oil bath air cleaners. The very first few were Oxford Blue, like the water air cleaner, and then is a 1940 Fordson Model N row crop owned by Mr. M. Bush of Suffolk. Alice Chalmers W. Bloomfield of Debenham in Suffolk. It's nice to see sort of original plates on the side there. A bit of history to these tractors. 652 is FRR 665, which is a wartime Fordson owned by Dave Horton from Leverton near Retford. And this one has been fitted at some times by him with a Perkins P6 engine. Double tractor on a ploughing match. It keeps going. You don't have to fiddle with the choke or anything. Once it's started, it is away. An E27N Major, which was produced from 1945 to 1952. Superseded the Model N. It was supposed to be an all-new design, but of course, because of war shortages and shortage of money after the war, the government wouldn't allow Ford to completely retool. So it is what I call a stopgap model. A lot larger tractor than Model N. In petrol paraffin form, it was basically the same, with an increased horsepower of about 2.5 to 27.5. Still with a 3-speed forward and 1 reverse gearbox, and but a different back end. You'll notice that it's got crown wheel and pinion back end as opposed to a worm and drive. And this one is fitted with a Perkins L4 diesel engine, which was a conversion offered by Perkins to on an E27N is very high compared with an N, and the driver sat very vulnerable when he hadn't got a cab on. He got the weather from all sides. Top at the same time was that they only had 3 forward gears and 1 reverse. Is a production petrol paraffin model of 1951. Virtually the last lap of the Fordson E27N in 1951 with a single furrow Ransom mounted plough. Also in the petrol paraffin, you can see the similarity to there. Right to there as a Model N, forgetting of course the height of the thing. The later 51 of course helped the narrower slatted grille on the front of the radiator there to
side of the engine, which could give air braking to a very, very large piston towed to build motorways like here.
Thank you.